you're reading for a person, because I've always wanted to know this, how do those notions come to you? Is it just something that, like, you're sitting next to me and things just sort of come?
Yeah.
And can you describe it at all? How that feels?
I can, for me, and it's different for every person. When I teach intuition, some people see vivid pictures in their mind's eye, other people don't see anything. It doesn't mean that one's better than the other. I usually have a thought, and with that thought can oftentimes come a picture, and it's all in my head. It's not out here the way you are out here. I mean, realistically, I don't even know if you exist. I mean, you could all be a figment of imagination, but it isn't. It isn't quite like that. I mean, I can tell, luckily, because otherwise I'd be locked away if I couldn't tell the difference between the things in my head and the things on the sidewalk. But so mostly it occurs in my head. With me, it's usually a thought of some sort. Then I follow that thought. Say, for example, if I had a thought about a man with you, then I would ask myself, well, what is that about? And I would then see a picture of this man. And then, I might say to you, well, I've seen this man, and this is, kind of what he looks like, and I'll see this picture. And I'm getting a sense that it's kind of a dance that you're playing. And then we go back and forth on that.
Sure.
So we would have hopefully have a conversation about it too. Or you'd say, I don't want to talk about that. Or I don't know any man, or whatever.
I don't know a single man, yeah, not a zip.
That was just an example. I don't want to tell your listeners I'll be calling in, but who's this guy?
Yeah. Well, so I'm not saying no, and Tara, jump in if I, but I don't want to monopolize. But what, in your view, is the reason that most people seek intuitive readings or help over your years of observing them?
Mostly I think they want to verify what they already know. Having said that, the major questions they ask have to do with life purpose, work, and relationships, probably in that order. Some in-health, just standard kinds of questions like anybody would ask. But mostly I think, sometimes people come in, they really want to talk to someone who's passed. Or they have many people have sort of that sense of itch that they can't scratch. And that's what I call a life purpose. They know they're supposed to do something, but they don't know what it is. And sometimes they already even know what it is, but they want to hear it come out of my mouth.
Validation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I tell people a lot of times, they're just paying me to tell you what you already know. But I'll take it.
Well, and that is funny too, because there's a joke out there that you've heard. I think I've seen this on TV where they say, "Hey, you go to a psychic and they tell me all this stuff I already know. What's so interesting about that?" Well, the fact that they can do it is number one.
Exactly. Exactly. And if you told people, and I've had a lot of people, say, "Oh, no, that doesn't make any sense," and then 6 months or a year later they went to me, "Well, no, it makes perfect sense." It just hadn't happened yet. So, but most people really do want you to be able to say, "I see this. I see 3 kids. I see," and they know they have 3 kids. So, what are they coming in for? That's the testing piece.
They want like, what have I got in my pocket?
Yeah, I've had that. I usually take those people out. I call that stump the psychic. I don't. It's not a fun game.
No.
It's all like, I'm going to sit here. I'm not going to make eye contact. I'm not going to have any expression. Just tell me something.
That wouldn't be a fun person to work with.
So I don't do that. I'm too old for that. I don't have to prove myself anymore.
What is the most fun or your favorite thing about your gift?
That's a good question. The freedom it gives me.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. My favorite thing is that it allows me to use it in any number of ways, in a number of places, travel the world, and to feel confident while I'm doing it. Because even that little story I told about the mugging down in Mexico, I realized I was never afraid. I was annoyed. I called one of them a name I didn't even know I knew.
In Spanish?
No, I didn't
Oh,
like
okay.
Spanish. I'm pretty sure he'd recognize that term. You know, just TV. but I did, and I'm not saying I'm free of fear, but I realized that, yeah, at that moment in that time, you know, mostly, you know, when I feel fear, it's mostly about stuff that doesn't even exist. Apparently not muggers, but, you know.
It's pretty concrete.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, let's wrap here in just a minute with Kathryn Harwig, because I'd like to get some information about the tapping in classes and things like that. So we'll be back